Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Kiwi Ears Septet. If that's a correct pronunciation. Quite a setup. You can see 1 DD, 4 BA, 1 Planar, 1 I guess Piezo. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect. It should be quite resolving and have good extension from my guess. Anyway, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linself for sending this out to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, nor thoughts and opinions on my own as per usual, and yeah, still sealed. I have no idea what these are like, so yeah, let's just get into it. So let's have a closer look. So there's the website info, again quite a driver setup, the brand there, again drivers there. So quite a big setup. So yeah, 5-way crossover, 3 tuning tubes, that means business really. So this should be very interesting because it looks like a lot of work's gone into for a 5-way crossover. Sensitivity 95 dB, so that's quite low, but we'll see what it's like. 15 ohm impedance, 8 Hz, that's super low, up to 30 kHz, and also comes with interchangeable connectors. So because a lot of stuff comes with 3.5 for Kiwi Ears and obviously the other brands like Zgart and stuff like that. I think to obviously cover more potential buyers, it's good to have different connectors. So obviously a lot of folks use balanced anyway. Kind of grill, just pop one of these out. So okay, for the driver side, driver size, driver count, they're not very big. You can't see anything, but apart from the grill, there's the branding. So I like that kind of subtle, fairly subtle. Hopefully they got a big sound stage. So just a bit of kind of a user guide or kind of manual. Packaging is a little bit basic for what it is, but I guess you're paying for nothing there. You're paying for kind of driver count really. So case kind of compact. So let's get into this. So this looks pretty good. Straight 3.5. I'll see how that comes off in a bit. It might just be instead of screwing, it might just come off. I keep looking a bit. Tips, a few different sizes. Nothing amazing. Some look like wide bore. So I guess it's just see like that. If it focuses like normal bore there and quite wide bore there. Still looking here. So yeah, 4.4. I'll have a look at that in a bit. And yeah, so just stop moisture. So that's that. So a bit basic, but it's got enough what you need. So these kind of tips I've used many a times. I actually have no issues with them really. Cable looks pretty good over here. Obviously I'll check how this connector comes off. Might just be straight off. No, doesn't look like a twist kind of version. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next clip. So welcome to my review section of the Kiwi Ears Septet, if that's the correct pronunciation. Anyway, this is what it looks like with the cable. Really good cable. And this kind of connector, it comes out just out, but there's no marker for the connection. But inside there's a small indentation. You just have to line it up. Apart from that, it works fine. But obviously because of this, it's quite a long, long connector. But it's a decent cable really. So there's the Y split, there's a chin slider which is loose, and there's no L or R on the connectors, but underneath there is a blue and red, so you can see here, just in there, and that's what they look like. The shells aren't that big, but obviously I'll talk about that in a sec. Give this a bit of a wiggle. There we go. See that they are quite secure. Sometimes 2 pins can be quite, loose in design. But these are those are quite tight. But yeah, decent enough cable. So isolation, I'll just get out of the way. So these are open back. So if you're playing something, somebody near you will hear it. So bear that in mind. They are open back, like real open back. So, and that does help with the sound, which obviously I'll get to in a bit. But yeah, that's that. So build quality is good. They're not very big considering there's a lot of drivers in there, being a quad-brid. But yeah, seems pretty good to me. Also got really good driver matching or channel matching, but I'll also talk about that in a bit as well. So comfort seems pretty good. There's no real weird fins or anything like that. Obviously there's the nozzle, which is long enough, and obviously a lip to help keep the tips on. Apart from that, that's fine. I've used this for about an hour straight and I didn't really have any issues. Pound sensitivity. So these are power hungry, so I'll just get out of the way. Kind of could tell from the sensitivity, but yeah, obviously I use desktop gear. I've got the topping, obviously L30 Mark II, and you do have to use more volume, but yeah, decent dongle, you should be fine. Yeah, a bit more power hungry than I was expecting. Kind of feel like a power hungry planar IM. It's that kind of level, kind of really, but that's that. Soundstage and imaging, fantastic on this set. So I kind of would have guessed with the driver setup they're trying to go for as much extension as possible. And yes, soundstage imaging is great. These would be great for gaming because they're not mid bass strong. They're more sub bass kind of tuning for the low end, but I'll get to that in a bit as well. Yeah, for gaming, this should be pretty good really. Timbre, pretty good considering it is actually a quad-brid setup. Now with these, you'd expect to be more like well, single DD is always the best, but considering the driver setup in here, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's better than I expected for the driver setup. But yeah, that's that out of the way. So yeah, so resolution again, very good. Details, micro details, technicalities, all very good. There's a couple of negatives, but I'll get to it. Well, might as well just do it now. So yeah, kind of not what kind of and not kind of what I expected. But anyways, the graph. So yeah, very good channel matching. But as far as I'm aware, these are done by hand and then measured by hand. So which is why these are coming out quite well. So a negative is these aren't mid bass punch. I prefer a bit of mid bass. These are more sub bass target, shall we say. So they can be a little bit smooth in the mid bass. They do have some, but there's not a lot of it against like more sub bass. Mid range, very clean, very crisp, very detailed set of mid range. Vocals on this set is actually pretty good as well. Yeah, that's all I can say. It doesn't really do anything wrong. I'm quite glad the pinner is a little bit further up, so you can see it's like 2.5 ish. It's better there than if it was like 2k ish or a little bit lower. But yeah, mid range, bass, pretty good. But again, bass I'd prefer mid range, more mid bass, but that's my preference. So treble, very detailed set. Negative, they can be a little bit bright, especially you can see from 5k to 10, like that's detail. So these are a detailed set. Obviously it keeps going on to 15k, well 16k, so this covers probably what most people's hearing range. And yes, so you hear everything. So these are a detailed set. Kind of remind me of a planar kind of detail going on, but I've done it without a planar. They've done it with a load of drivers. So yeah, detailed set. So the only two negatives really for me, tuning wise, is a little bit mid bass light, and they are a little bit bright, but that's it. You can also always EQ that down. Always better to EQ down than to EQ up, in my opinion. Apart from that, they are a very resolving, detailed set. Not that not forgiving really. Like you kind of hear everything, which in my way is a good point, because if you don't like that, EQ it to be a bit smoother, wherever you want. But yeah, I like this set. Again, very technical set. Not as musical as I like. Again, for me, I like a slightly smoother treble from, let's say, 4.5 on this graph down to 10. Slightly smooth that off. And a little bit more mid-bass. That's how I would EQ it. Then I'll be done with it, really. But yeah, very resolving set. Obviously, timbre, because of that brightness and because it's a hybrid set, it does take a little bit of a hit. And anyway, I think that's it. So, conclusion, what do I think of the Kiwi Ears Septet? Like you just heard, a very, very good set. They're not perfect, but very, for the price point, very good performance is probably one way of putting it. Say, good, should be a good set for gaming, really. I haven't tried it for that, but from how it performs, it should be. Probably slightly more competitive gaming, especially you may have to knock some of that sub bass down for gaming. But yeah, very resolving set, very good for a few genres, just not a mid-bassy set, and I think I'll end it there. So yeah, I do have, spoiler, 2 more videos coming, so you may know from the same company, but anyway, slight spoiler. Yeah, I planned it there. So yeah, good set, not perfect. Again, I can accept the brightness, but it's right on the edge of what I would like, really. And yeah, like I said, a bit more mid-bass, but yeah, very resolving, very good performance, and that's probably it. So yeah, if you think I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, take care, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video, which should be very soon. So yeah, see you in the next video.